Good afternoon, and thank you once again for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today's lesson is going to be a little bit on album spine stability. I know sometimes when they're getting a little bit thicker or they're just heavy, but lately I've been finding my spine's been really wobbly in the back, so I've revised and adapted my spine to make it a little bit more secure, rigid, and having great structural stability. So join me in the craft room and I'll show you what I did. So today we're doing some experimenting for stability for CM spines. This album itself has got about 35 pages in it now, so 70 individual pages, 35 double-sided pages, and it's got, when you go to pick it up, it's got a bit of wiggle and play in it. So I was trying to think, what is it about these spines? Is it, they don't seem as strong as they were in the past, so I had a look at some of them. So this one here, when I take it out, and I'm gonna grab an old spine from way back when, and I thought, well, maybe these spines aren't the same length. So I held them up and I said, no, they're the exact same size as they were in the past. Thickness, perhaps a little bit thinner. Marginal, doesn't really tell. The only thing I did really notice is that the older spines, they did have more vinyl across the back of the spine versus the new ones. So it gave you some double thickness in that width sliding in, which held it a bit more stable. And if you had a wider album, if this shifted a bit, you would get into it would slide off and you'd see the white more readily with the smaller binding. So I thought, what happens if we extend these a little bit so when they slide into your album, so this is here, rather than stopping at about this mark, we take it to perhaps the 6 inches further down. I'm thinking 6 inches further down because if I add a 3-inch strip of paper or cardstock and add it on at a 1/4 inch out, it will take me about that length on both sides. So I'm going to overlap this by about a 1/2 inch. You can put some really good secure tape on it, perhaps a Suzanne or the CM red tape to fuse those two together, and I'll extend the spine down both sides. And we'll see how that affects our stability in the album. I have done a little bit of a test spine, and with that I tried 2 different things. So on the one side here, I was just using some of the old printed cardstock. One of the reasons I did choose a 3-inch width is that if I put it in and it slides, it might catch a little bit. So on this side here, I just have a single piece of cardstock added with a 3-inch width, and on this side I have a double. So I put one on this side of my existing spine, tape that down, and I taped it down again on the other side. Right now it's open at the back end. I guess I could put a little bit of tape in here and put that piece together. But this gives it a bit more thickness in that edge. And then I think if you're sliding it in by having both sides smooth across the top, it will slide in a little bit better. So if I go with 3 inches for my cuts, it'll take me only 1 sheet of cardstock to do the 4 pieces, right? 3, 6, 3, and 6 to do both sides of my spine. So on this one here, when I go to slide my test spine in the album, I know when you're putting your spines in the album, if you recall, you are going to run your pointy end in first. These ones I did round the corner, and then I'm gonna add my pointy ends, slide it down to the bottom over your strap, and then the top end will roll in. If you have a square, if you put the square in at the top, you will take out that corner. So somebody designed it nicely with a rounded corner. So if I have this in nice and snug like so, it actually feels a bit more stable already. Like it's not really wanting to wiggle around a lot more. And if I go to tug on it a bit to pull it in and out, this side feels nice and firm. And the back side, where it only has the single piece, that's going to slide a lot more easily. So let me slide this one out. I am going to add my second strip of adhesive on this one, my last 6 inches. So we'll just go here. This time I'm using the 6-inch, the 1/2-inch Suzanne tape. Gonna go the length of the strip, run it on the top. Go, and it's going to get added on this piece right here. When you're doing these ones, it's easy just to take your adhesive and give it a little bit of a fold down both sides, and this way you can do all your positioning in the middle, lining everything up. Make sure my ends are square here, flush on that side, flush on that side. And if everything looks good where you want it, you can tack down the 2 ends. It's going to come a little bit more this way. And then you can just pull out your middle part and then seal down the rest. Now don't forget, on this corner here at the top, we are going to round it to have it match the back side. So let's see how this goes with a double stability. It feels kind of nice. Do I need that a bit in there? I'll see. Let's grab the album one more time. Put that up. I'm going to go with pointy parts to the bottom. I usually do this standing on its end, but you may not see it as well if I did that. One side in there, the other side in here, over the straps, roll the top in, and slide it in the rest of the way. And my gosh, that does feel more secure. It's not sliding as much as it did before. It's getting nice and firm, and when you're sliding it open, yes. I think if you went longer, it would tend to buckle the end more when you're sliding it open, whereas here it may still slide in and out a little bit as you need it to. That looks like that's going to work. Let's do it with the official one. Oh, look how nice and firm that is coming out. Yes, that does feel good. Number 1, number 2. Let's try it with the official one. This is the spine we're going to be working on. I'm going to grab a white piece of cardstock. Cardstock I'm going to cut at 3 inches. Trimmer away onto the taping. One side done, one to go. Stick you down. This is pretty fast to do, that's for sure. It's a good thing I've got this album to do. Okay, that's nice and long now. Let's see how much more stable it is. Still some shift, but not as bad as it was before, eh? Now, I would hesitate using cardboard in there because any cardboard that's designed in the cover is wrapped, so it's going to be isolated to have things that are lingering free against your page. But a heavier cardboard inside might be a little bit too much weight and bulging on the inside here. And then again, the photo safety of it, if you have it with the acid-free, ligand-free, and buffered cardstock, you know, you're nice and safe. Snug going that way, snugger going that way. Yeah, that feels way better. That feels nice. So that's my experiment. If someone wants to try it, the full 6 inches, let me know how yours turns out. We'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for liking and subscribing.